Okay, this lesson is on comparing, contrasting two living animals, and I have the standard science, life science, characteristics of living things, standard 2, differentiating between living and non-living things and grouping them by characteristics on the kindergarten level. So in student-friendly language, I wrote on the board or on a whiteboard, you can write, I can find things that are the same and different between two living animals. And prior to this lesson, we'll fill out the Venn diagram, but prior to this lesson, they've had exposure. We introduced the book Stella Luna, about a bat that was separated from her mom and fell into the nest of birds, and the birds take care of her. So this is like a nonfiction book that explores the difference between bats and birds in a fun way. So we'll do like a walkthrough, a read aloud, do the events and the stories. And then prior to that as well, we had filled out a anatomy or a diagram of the physical features of a bat with their wings and fingers and labeling them together, their eyes, their toes. Same as the bird, we're labeling the physical features of the bird, their beak, their eyes, their toes, their wings. And also in kindergarten you can do, excuse me, a lesson, the whole lesson across the whole curriculum by putting them in centers. So in the math center, we would do non-standards measurement of unit by measuring the bird's wings, and on this paper they could measure the bat's wings, and then they compare which one's bigger, smaller, as well as bringing in things, objects for the science area, like a bird's nest, some feathers, and you could put other objects out in the science area in a scale to measure heavy and lighter. And in the book area, you can do nonfiction and fictional books about bats, what's inside an egg, some fun books, books about losing their teeth, 6 crows and counting, and then also they can also do, in one center, sequencing events from the story of Stella Luna and putting them in order. And then we'll read throughout the week a book about birds. And after we've read the book about birds, we will generate a list about bird facts over here and ask questions, see if they can, start making a list of wings, beak, what are the facts, what are their habitat like, what do they eat, what do they look like. And then we'll read a book on bats and generate facts about bats and their habitat and their eating habits and their physical features. And after we have done this throughout the week, we will come back and do a lesson, a mini lesson for English language learners on the new vocabulary and understanding some of the new words that might be unfamiliar to them. So how we would do that is I would have pictures of the new words, such as beak, and I would have them as a whole group say it slowly, and I would explain to the other students that we're all learning new things and building up background knowledge, and some students may not know these words yet, and that we're all going to learn together to fill in that vocabulary bank for everybody. So this would be beak, and I would have them say it slowly, beak, and then I would have them repeat it. I would say egg, they would say egg slowly, and keep having them repeat it really slowly. Bat, point to the picture, have them repeat it. And then we could go through them faster night, say it slow, and then go through the whole deck faster and faster each time as I flash them. Beak, go quick. Egg, have them do it quickly. Bat, and keep going through that process of until you think that they have an understanding of what these pictures are. And then after that, so this is really connecting, these pictures are really trying to build up a background knowledge for English language learners. So then I would go back to the lesson that I'm focusing on and the standard and repeat to them. I can find things that are the same and different between two living animals. And this objective is the same for English language learners. My hopes are that they'll be able to use those new vocabulary words and understand what same and different is, like, similar, and use other words too. So then I would refer to the Venn diagram, comparing and contrasting. And what a Venn diagram really means, and it's comparing and contrasting. I would explain to them that you're comparing two things. It could be non-living or living objects. And on this side of the circle, right here, would be facts about the object, which in this diagram is birds, and we would list the things about birds that are not the same as bats. So they're different. And then on this side would be bats and the things bat facts that are different from birds. So it'd be like nose, fur, animals. And then in the middle, I would explain to them that these are the same things. These are the things, properties that they share that are the same. Like they fly, they drink water. These are the things that are the same. So to really get them to understand how the Venn diagram works and what same and different means, I would then take some objects to really get an understanding of what I mean by similar and different. I have two balls here and ask them a question. What do you see about these two balls? What is the same, what is different? And before that, I think I would ask, do you know what same means? What does same mean? What does different mean? Unlike, similar, use different vocabulary too so they can really connect it. But I would show them the two objects and ask them if they can tell me what is the same. They're both yellow. What is different about them? One's big, one's small. And then I would keep using objects to really see if they understand. So I have two objects here. They're edible. What is the same and different about them? Well, we can eat them. They're edible. One's red, one's yellow, and really look at the physical features of these two objects. You can also do what's the same about these. Okay, they're both writing utensils. What's different about them? One's a pencil, one's a pen. And I would keep doing these objects until they really got the idea. What's the same? They're both crayons. What's different? One's red, one's green. So then after that, I would go back to, really start to fill out, explain to them. This would be blank, maybe bigger on a smart board or a whiteboard so they can visually see it and have visuals of the pictures of the bird and the bat. And then explain to them that we're going to fill this out together. And I would pass out, I have pictures for everybody. And in these pictures, they really focus on their habitat, their eating habit, physical features if they look at these pictures. So we pass them out in a circle and ask them to really sit and look at their pictures. And once I give them time to look at them, I will ask them, okay, what is on your picture? Can you tell me about your picture? Here's a picture of a bird sleeping. What do you notice about the bird sleeping? Oh, it's dark outside. Okay. Does somebody have a picture? And I would ask, does someone have a picture of a bat sleeping? Okay, what do you notice about the bat sleeping in there? What does it look like? It's light. So we would come over here. Those are two different things. So then we would come over here And we would write, okay, birds sleep at night, bats sleep during the day. And sometimes you generate more words after reading all those books about facts and stuff. And on our list that we generated through the week about bird facts, we would, some would pick up that they're nocturnal and really discuss that. Then, you know, I keep going through all the pictures and ask them what they see. Here's a bat eating a bug. Okay, does someone have a picture of a bird eating a bug? Okay, so those are the same. They both eat bugs, and I have pictures of them eating fruit. They both eat fruit. They both drink water, and really have all these visuals. Okay, and here's a picture of a bird's nest. Okay, do bats lay eggs? No, so those are different. So they lay eggs, and we start to fill this out, and I hopes that they can see how the Venn diagram works and really understand what different and the same is. And then after that, we will review this together as a class as a whole, what is same and different. And then we would, then I would ask them if they could tell me 2 different things about the animals and 2 same things about the animals, and then conclude it. And I think by observation I would be able to pick up on whether or not they fully understand and whether or not this is something that needs to be revisited. And in kindergarten it usually is, and you would do more lessons on comparing and contrasting. So throughout the week I would do worksheets, morning work or downtime, that really focused on same and different and comparing and contrasting. And like first, you know, like which one is the smallest on here, and you would circle the smallest. Which one is the same? So there's a worksheet on what is the same. And then worksheets on what is different. Can you find what is different and circle it? And I think my hopes through this whole lesson, with all the visuals and the books and generating a list of words and the pictures and modeling, and really taking my time through this lesson and giving the English language learners time, that they'll be able to put, you know, be able to do this lesson and have more vocabulary in their word bank and be successful.